Hey, welcome back to Teslatino. Today is a special day. We have as our special guest Earl of Frunkpuppy. Hey Earl, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. The pressure's all ours. So we have some questions from some of your fans, but I would like to start by getting to know you a little bit better
All
before
right.
we start. So I have a couple of questions for you. If you don't mind, if you want to give us your name, where you're from, what you do for a living.
Oh, certainly. Yeah. My name is Earl Banning, and I'm originally from a small town called Ashland, Pennsylvania. It's a little town in the coal region of PA. Currently a neuropsychologist in the Air Force, active duty. And what that is doing some cognitive testing with people who have either brain injuries or some sort of a neurocognitive issue, dementia, to diagnose them with the condition and hopefully, if they're active duty, get them back to the fighting force, and if they're retirees, get them the help that they need.
Oh, that's incredible! What an honor to have you on the show today. That's great, awesome. And so, how long have you been a Tesla follower, a Tesla fan?
Boy, that's a good question. Quite a while. I remember back when the Model S was first coming out, and seeing that car and wanting that car and not being able to afford that car, or even figure out how to beg, borrow, and steal to get one. And from then, just started to really follow the Tesla story. I eventually test drove a Model X in New Jersey, and that was it for me. The doors, the giant window, feel like you're driving a helicopter. I couldn't shut up about Tesla, and I don't think I have since. And when I found out they were going to release the Model 3, which is something that I possibly could afford, um, I wasn't able to wait in line for one, but I put down my reservation money before he even rolled the car out on stage. I figured I'll probably like it, and I did.
Awesome, you're
Yeah.
one of us. That's exactly what happened to me. Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah. March 31st, 2016. I remember like it was yesterday.
Yep, same here.
Yeah. So you have a Model 3 then?
I do. Yep.
When
I
did you
got
get it?
I got it May 29th. I got the rear wheel drive, of course, and it's black.
Wow,
Self. Go ahead.
that's incredible. I got my car the same day.
Oh, did you really?
Yes,
Who knew?
that's awesome. So yours is black.
Yeah,
Is it the obsidian black or just the regular?
just the regular black.
Okay. Okay. Is it? Have you done any customizations to it?
Nothing major, just screen protectors and things like that, but nothing, no wrap or new rims or anything cool.
I mean, the car is great the way it comes out, right?
It really is.
Yeah,
It's totally fine.
that's awesome. So how about? I mean, it's full of technology, right? So it has a bunch of features. But what would be the best feature in your opinion? Like, what is describe what car feature you like the most besides the frunk, obviously, right? Because Frunk Puppy, you have the frunk.
Right.
What's your favorite feature from the car?
Yeah, before I got it, I really thought I would enjoy the acceleration of the car, the fact that it was an EV, and after owning it for a little bit, that stuff doesn't mean much to me anymore. The Autopilot is my favorite thing by far. All the
Yes.
updates, being able to drive it around, for lots of reasons that I could go on for a while. But the Autopilot. But probably the thing I didn't expect is the seats. It is a very comfortable car. And the first time I sat in one, I was at an EV get together in Dayton, Ohio, and I just couldn't believe the interior on the car. I think it's great. So between Autopilot and a good seat, man, you can take that thing anywhere. You can hop in the car. I just did it. I drove 9 hours to get here to my parents' house, and got out of the car. My dad hasn't driven it yet. He said I'd like to drive it. I hopped immediately back in the car. Here you go, Dad. And we took a spin. Now, you wouldn't do that in a normal car. You'd be like, yeah, I just drove 9 hours. You crazy?
Oh
So
yeah,
that's really cool.
I'm with you. I mean, it's so comfortable. It's unbelievable, really. So, and your car, is it like, well, you got it the same day as I did. My VIN is on the 18,000 VIN number range. Is
Same here.
yours around there?
Yeah, it's 18.6. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. You're just 200 VIN numbers away from mine.
Our cars are like twins. Same day, same VIN.
That's so funny. Wow. Okay. So that means you're on a later version, what we call version 2 of the interior of the car, for example.
Yes.
Because the first, I think it was like up to 14,000. The seats were different. There were a few features that they made better for ours.
Mm-hmm.
So awesome. That's great. So now let's talk about what everybody wants to hear right now. The Frunkpuppy. How did you come up with that? What made you think of putting a dog inside the frunk?
Yeah, so I took this video of my dog after I got one of those wireless charging pads from Jetta, and then the car could summon too. So I thought, wouldn't it be funny if the dog could charge his phone and drive around? But he needed a name. Like, he needed something. He doesn't want a regular dog name. So I don't know why. I don't know how. I came up with this Frunkpuppy name because everything Tesla related is obvious or already taken. So, well, people haven't talked about the Frunk, and it's very specific. So I came up with this Frunkpuppy idea, and then of course I started taking pictures of him in the Frunk too, because he'll do anything for a treat. He'll sit there, he'll do whatever. So I put my other dog in there too, and I started to I don't know if the harass is the word, but politely ask other people. I'd say, I don't know what it is about the Tesla community, but we all seem to have dog pictures now. And
you started it, man. You started it.
Like, hey, you have a dog and you have a Tesla, you have a Frunk, put the dog in the Frunk. And, onesie, twosie, people would do it. And then Trevor from Model 3 Owners Club, he put his cat in the Frunk.
Not Meg.
Yeah. And that seemed to get things started because he has a big audience. Mm-hmm. And more people started doing it. And, next thing you know, it's just really taken off. There's just, and people, it's just this amazing level of creativity. People putting bunnies, hamsters. There was a snake.
I saw that. Yes, I saw the snake in the front. That was so funny. Yeah.
It's endless. There's videos. There's all those little balls and stuff that people put in there, pumpkins, and what a bunch of fun. And people seem to really enjoy it. And it's just really taken off. So I'm loving it. It's really great.
That's a great story, and I actually remember the day you put out that video because it was probably related to Model 3 Owners Club that maybe they retweeted or something. Because I remember seeing it when it came out. I remember seeing the dog inside you could see it through the window.
Yeah,
like you were summoning the car, and that was so funny. Yeah, I remember that.
You know what, too? That was the day that I really started to appreciate YouTubers, because it's a 13-second video. It took me 2 hours of just shooting, reshooting. The dog's not an actor.
Yep.
And I have this little snippet, and it just made me think about these folks that do this week in and week out with these quality videos, and hats off to them.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's great. Wow, that's a great story, actually. So moving on to the next one, what does your family think about, the whole Frunk and the puppies and all this Tesla stuff that you do?
Yeah, that's a good question. I really hadn't talked to many people about it in my circle. A couple people at work, I mentioned it to them, but how do you even explain it, really? If you're not on Twitter and if you're not in the little Tesla universe, you just don't know. You don't really get it.
Yep.
I told my kids, I'm here in PA and I'm visiting, that 2 of them live with their mom. So I'm seeing them, and they didn't know. They had no idea. So I told them, And so, of course, they have all the questions like, well, why would you do that? I
Yeah.
don't understand. So
Okay.
I tell my son, he's 14, I say, well, Google the word frunk puppy. And of course, it tells you, do you mean drunk puppy? So you have to correct Google. But if you search images and click the frunk puppy button, now it's endless. It's just all these photos. And,
Yeah.
my son and daughter are just laughing about this and all the animals in the frunks. And my wife, I hadn't talked to her about it too much. I mean, she kind of knew about it. I mean, you can't live with me and not know about it. But my frunk puppy license plate came in the mail, and oh my gosh, she's just what is this? What does it mean? Is it Franken puppy? What does this mean? I'm like, no, it's frunk puppy, and she's highly embarrassed.
Oh.
But then I kind of explained the whole thing to her,
Hmm.
and she's on board now too. But
Okay.
I told my parents as well, and I think it's pretty cool. So I don't know if they know what Twitter is, but they act like they think it's okay.
Okay. That's funny. Well, when you get the Roadster and you put that plate on it,
Yeah.
hey, that's gonna be something else.
Yep. Be
Yeah.
turning heads for lots of reasons.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Wow. And I did notice that Maye, Elon's mom, kind of engaged a little bit on conversations with you.
Yeah.
And I believe I saw her dog in the front of her car with
Can
I
you?
don't, like Halloween themed or something this
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah. She went all out. She has like I don't know, it's a little blanket or a scarf in there. Very fall looking scene. A couple of pumpkins, which I saw. I think it's Jim from Tesla Tidbits called them Frumpkins.
Yes.
And I like that. But I had been getting a lot of likes anytime I'd post anything about Frunk Puppy. It was like low hanging fruit at some point. You would just see, oh, Maye Musk like this. It's
Yeah.
really exciting. So of course you share it with everybody. It's really cool. And then one day she retweets me and mentions that she's gonna do this in two
Mm-hmm.
weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, no offense to Elon, but you know, the Musk family. When they say something in 2 weeks, you're not sure. And I don't know her as well, but I didn't know if it would happen. Sure enough, two weeks to the day, there she is putting her dog in the frunk, and I really had to kind of step back a minute and think about this. What is happening?
Yep.
this this amazing woman is taking time out of her day to put her dog in a frunk, post it on Twitter, and of course, I'm over the moon. I'm really excited, telling everybody about it.
Oh
Really
yeah.
cool day. Yeah, I'll
I
be
would
talking
be.
about that for a long time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I get it. I mean, she's an amazing person.
Hmm.
First of all, she raised incredible kids,
Yeah,
really, because everybody in that family is doing something cool. You know,
yeah.
Elon and his brother and their
Hmm.
sister, and
Yep.
they're just like they're they're in a league of their own, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Have you talked to Maye ever?
I have not. No. Just those kind of Twitter interactions that you see. I'm always working hard to get her to follow me, but she's pretty stingy. I think she has like 18 people that she follows. So I don't have my hopes up, but
Okay.
today I created the Frunk Puppy board and invited some people to help with the cause here because and I'm not kidding. It's become more than a one-person job now. There's so many pictures to go through. There's a lot of things I'm working on behind the scenes. So I put the call out for some board members, and under my frequently asked questions, I said that if your son is somebody that owns an EV company or a tunneling company or a rocket company, you can still join, but you have to follow me. And I don't know if she saw that, but I'm sure she'll follow me any minute now.
I'm pretty sure she will. And hey, by the way, Maye, if you're watching this, listening to it, let's reach out to Frunk Puppy Master here, Earl, and get that connection going.
Oh, thank you. And as an aside, she's really been on the scene lately, talking about the news and trying to
Hmm.
keep them straight.
Yep.
And I think even if it's not me, she should probably think about following a couple of kind of the FUD fighting Tesla crew here, because it'd be nice to have some interactions with her.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, she's incredible, definitely. So let me see, what's the next one here. So we know you follow Tesla and you're all excited about it. How about the other companies? Do you follow the stuff that SpaceX is doing, and the Boring Company, the little stuff that they're doing? Because we know that's like a part-time thing for Elon. But especially SpaceX, because I have never missed a single launch, for example. Do you follow them as well?
I do. I have the SpaceX t-shirt. I got the Boring hat. I am all in on what Elon Musk does. I watched that Falcon Heavy launch in my office at work alone. And I was about in tears. That was about the coolest thing I think I've ever seen.
Yep.
Landing those 2 boosters, sending this roadster out to space. What an amazing thing that was. And I think what's really underestimated, which we'll probably be talking about years from now, is how it was really missed, is the Boring Company. I think that's going to be a big deal. I think it's a great idea, and it kind of flies under the radar a little bit, but I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah, let's see where that really goes. It's interesting because they have some interesting projects in mind and some kind of approvals that we heard about. I think there's one from a baseball stadium on a city tunnel.
Up in Chicago, and that's drivable for me. I can get there in about 4 hours. So I'll let you know how many times you can ride it before they kick you off.
that sounds good. Yeah, absolutely. So talking about SpaceX, would you go? Would you get in a rocket to go to, I don't know, Mars or the moon?
Gosh, I think about, well, at least that trip kind of circling the moon. That sounds amazing. Yeah. That'd be hard to pass up. But the risk, man, I got kids.
I know.
I got a family.
Hey,
it just sounds kind of scary, but I think it's hard to say. I mean, if I got a call tomorrow and they said, "Well, we saved you a seat here," it'd be pretty darn hard to say no.
Hey, who knows? Maybe they do an invitation for you because they're actually looking for creative people, and I think you're as creative as it gets.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, what if they say, okay, so you can come, and they give you a chance of either going alone or bringing your Frunkpuppy?
I think you got to bring the dog. Got to bring Norman. Yeah, he would love it.
So Norman gets a space helmet and suit and all that stuff. That's great. That's fantastic, actually.
You're giving me ideas. Yep. All right.
Hey, you can. Hey, there's this guy. He's awesome. He's been on some shows. Everyday Astronaut. I don't know if you've seen him.
I've seen that Twitter at least.
Maybe he can hook you up with a spacesuit for the dog for Norman.
Oh, that would be fantastic. That needs to happen.
Awesome. Hey, let's see if we can get him on the show one day too.
Yeah.
Get you guys together. Okay, let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, so now you have the Model 3. Actually, do you have any other Teslas? Or is that the only one you have?
That's it. That's all I got, yep.
Are you planning on getting another one besides, of course, the Roadster when you get those 50 referrals?
Well, obviously, we'll just aside from the Roadster that I'm definitely getting any day now. I think we need an SUV. We need something bigger. We need something that we can take. We drive a lot up from Ohio to Duluth, where my wife is from, and you got to take the dogs. And the Model 3 just, there's some people online that thinks that Frunkpuppy means you put the dog in the frunk and shut the frunk and drive. I don't know why they got this idea. They're doing it all wrong. They have not read the rules.
Yes.
But there's just not enough room. So we need something a little bigger. I'm curious to see what the Model Y looks like, if that'll suit my needs. If not, I may have to save up and get one of those used Model X's out there. So if there's any Model X owners out there, take care of your car, because I might try to pick that up later.
Awesome. Yeah, and I think this is a good moment to emphasize on that, right? People don't put the dog in the frunk and close it
Yes,
and
please.
drive it.
I'm so sad we have to even say this. Do
Yeah,
not put the dog in the frunk and close the frunk and then drive the car. I
yeah.
don't know why you're
Come on,
doing it all
people.
wrong.
Yeah, it's just a photo op. Come on.
It's just, it's exactly
Yeah,
right.
that's awesome. All right, so I thought we had a bunch more questions from the general public. Some of the ones that I put here came through kind of as ideas posted on Twitter. But I actually have, I think I have 2 or 3 questions from a couple of people here. So let me
Oh,
shoot the
great.
first one. Yeah. So Dana Pierson asks, "Is my what's he saying? Is my Belgian sheepdog Bolt frunkable?" I think he posted a picture of the dog. Did you see it?
I don't know if I saw the dog. Is it pretty big? My guess is yes, though. I have you seen the pictures of people? There are some enormous dogs in these frunks. I mean, all you need is a space to sit. It doesn't fit in there, but
Yeah.
I am I forget the guy's name. This week he posted like it looks like a whole pound in there. There's like 5 dogs and a cat in a box, and it's crazy.
That's
So
crazy.
you can fit a lot in there. Yeah, there's been some really big dogs in there. My guess is yes. You got to give it a try. I think it's more of the how you approach it with the dog and how cooperative they are, rather than the size. I mean, I think you can get a small dog that's not frunkable because it's just not having it.
Yeah.
Like the co-winner of this week, who was jumping out of the frunk.
Oh, I voted for that one.
It's me too. That's the one I wanted. But the other one was great too. The boxer was fantastic, is well deserved. But I thought that jumping dog just really summed it all up. It seemed like it spoke to the dogs, like their point of view. This is how we feel.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
And I don't know if is that the dog? Because I think I saw either that dog or dog his collar on the trunk that looked a little bit weird. Is that the one?
Oh, maybe.
Because when I saw it jumping, you can't really tell what kind of dog it is. But I saw a dog the other day and with that collar, and it looked like it reminded me of the movie Gremlins, the little gremlin with the stripe on the head.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was funny. I thought it was the same one. Maybe that's
What's
why I
his
liked
name?
it.
Gizmo.
Gizmo was the good one. I think the other one's just called Stripes.
Oh, the bad one.
Yeah.
I forget his name.
Although, actually, now that you say that, yeah, Gizmo had I think he had a lion.
Yeah, Gizmo had the stripe, right?
Yeah, I think so. Well, who knows? Maybe we make what would you call a gremlin frunk thing? This is Frunkpuppy, so Frunk Gremlin? The Frunky Gremlin. I don't know. We'll make something up.
We'll
How
work
about
on
people
that.
that have a plush puppy of Gremlin or something?
I've been
plush
waiting for
gremlin.
somebody. Yeah, somebody put a bunch of those little beanie babies in there this week. A bunch of dogs. I'm waiting for like old school thing, like a bunch of Furbies in there. Remember Furbies?
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of those in there. There's so many options. Just sky's the limit here.
It's endless. Yep.
Yeah, and kittens. There's been no kittens. Somebody filled their frunk with puppies. That was amazing.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see a bunch of kittens. I think that would be great.
I think it was earlier today or yesterday that I saw somebody put like a couple of cats, the tiny little kittens.
That's
in
real
the front.
brave. That's real brave.
Yeah.
I know there's been some unhappy cat pictures. I saw one of those.
Yeah. Someone should put a lemur in a front.
Yeah.
Now that the mid-range is out.
I've been asking since the beginning here for some Frunk Farm pictures. So, goats, sheep, chickens. Just, I think that's really an area that's been underutilized so far. There's got to be somebody that has. I think there's going to be some creativity around Thanksgiving when people go home to visit family. Somebody's got to live on a farm. Come on, get a pony in there. Let's work on this.
That's great. Oh man, this is so much fun. Let me see. So there's someone in Twitter where their Twitter handle is Focus on Risk, and Focus on Risk is asking. Actually, he's asking one of the questions I asked you already. What are your favorite features of the car? So we already went through that. So the other question he's asking, or she, I don't know if it's a he or she, have you referred anyone yet to get a Tesla? How many people, and what percent of the time do you use autonomous driving? Basically, the enhanced autopilot that we all love.
Yeah, well, the autonomous one, because I'm a nerd, I timed it. My trip to work is about 22 minutes. And total, every time I turned off the autopilot, I timed it, it was 2 minutes. So,
Okay.
I don't know, about 90% of the time, the car is absolutely driving. And the times I'm stopping it are stopping at stop signs, stopping at a red light. A couple times it's just merging from one highway to the next, which should be coming soon.
Okay.
But yeah, almost the whole. I'm definitely the kind of person who utilizes autopilot as much as possible. Like I said, I'm kind of in rural Pennsylvania right now, and every trip I took, I leave autopilot on the whole way on these little windy back roads. Let's just see what it can do.
Yeah. By now you probably go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, with version 9, it's been. I was amazed. There's roads that I've tried before that didn't work, and it drove it just fine.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to ask you, because with version 9, I feel it's so much better. Although there are some things that if you have been using autopilot for a while, you know that you cannot let the car manage some situations. They're just impossible for the car still. Like when the lines disappear, right? It doesn't know where to go. It tries to center itself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just everybody should keep that in mind and always be attentive, right? Like hold that wheel, hold the steering wheel, make sure that you're in control. The car's not in control, you are.
Yes. Dogs out of the frunk.
Exactly. Definitely.
Be aware. Mm-hmm. Watch the car. But I think, a lot of that gets overstated too. You see people kind of panicking about autopilot and it's dangerous. 9 or 10 times out of 10, it's people who don't own the car. Yeah. Or people who had an autopilot trial for 2 weeks. But if you spend any time with it, you quickly learn the times that it might have a hard time. And by a hard time, I mean it doesn't know where the lane is, or it's going to beep at you and like tell you to take over. But those are rare circumstances. There's can't think of any time where I felt like I was in danger. Like, oh my gosh, I have to take over this car. It's just the opposite. It keeps you safe. Mm-hmm. It has recognized some things. I've had a semi truck come in my lane, and it moved over. Mm-hmm. I've had a car cut in front of me, and it slowed down. It slowed down so smoothly that I had my family in the car, and they didn't even notice. So I was panicked, like, "Whoa, Jay, did you see that?" And they, my daughter looked up from her book. What? That's safety. That's great. You don't even know that this car is keeping you safe. That's perfect. I've had an incident where a couple cars ahead slammed on the brakes. My car saw it, already slowed down, and a split second later, the car in front of me slammed on his brakes and almost hit that car. Mm-hmm. But I just rolled up real smooth right to the back of that car, like, hey, I already saw this, Yeah,
because our car looks at the car in front of us and the car in front of it.
Yeah, I mean, great. I'm just this meat-based backup. I'm doing the best I can. Fancy monkey, driving the car. But this thing's got radar. It's got several cameras. So between me and the car, we got it covered. But yeah. So I absolutely with the AP. What was the other part of that question? Oh, referrals. So
yes.
Yeah, I think I probably plaster this enough the way it is, but I got this whacked out goal of trying to get this Roadster. I know it's a far goal, but I think I can take this idea, this kind of playfulness and creativity that comes along with Frunkpuppy, and just bring it to the next level and get this car, and I can travel in it. Mm-hmm. People can put their pet in it, take some pictures, and if I make any money off this, we give it to a charity. That's great. And I think that would be a lot of fun. You get to meet people, you get to kind of do this, and of course, as an aside, you get to tramp on the accelerator and go 0 to 60 in 1.9, which is crazy.
Yep. Roller coaster
but
crazy.
To do that you need the referrals, and so I'm always kind of pushing my code and telling people to use it. As of the moment, I did get the wall charger. That's on its way, whatever that means. It says it's scheduled. I don't know if that's like funding secured scheduled, or if you get it soon or what, but someday I will have that autographed. I'm sure it will say something about Frunkpuppy on it, but I'll get the wall charger. And then I have a couple in the works. If all goes as planned, I should have at least up over that 5 mark, and then be beginning to start to chip away at that roadster. But I try my best not to count my chickens before they're hatched. You know, you hear from people who are going to order, or you know, they just got the car, and they're trying to like maybe retroactively put a code on there. And one person did that. They bought a Model X and they didn't use a code. So I'm like, you should probably do that.
Yeah,
and
actually,
they usually will do that, but you need to. They won't just. There's no easy way to do that. You gotta work at it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm with you. I actually have a couple of people that they knew they were gonna use it when they bought it, like use my code, and they forgot, and now they're trying to do it retroactive. So
yeah, I think that process just takes a little bit. So I will probably have an update on my Twitter on that in a few weeks and see if some of these go through. But I'm wondering, with this kind of mid-range Model 3 and bringing back some supercharging, you know, if maybe us Tesla owners get a few more referrals, because that definitely lowers the entry point a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I think that's all I have for now.
Okay.
I don't want to keep you up too late, because I know you got to get ready for the trip tomorrow. Another
a lot of driving tomorrow.
9 hours, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go, a total. So I'll be doing a little commuting in the morning, over from here about an hour, and then down towards Philly an hour, and then back. Yeah, it'll be a whole thing.
Okay.
Maybe 10, 12 hours. But it's great. It's in a Tesla.
Yeah, absolutely. It feels like nothing, right? It feels like minutes.
Yeah, it's fine.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Earl, for joining me. I'm really glad that we did this together today, and definitely I wish you a lot of luck with your, whatever sponsors you can get or whatever else comes your way. Everything you're doing, you deserve it. You're very creative. So just, stay safe, stay charged, and hope to talk to you again soon.
All right. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
There you have it. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked the interview. Please leave your comments below. If you like my videos, please feel free to subscribe and click on the bell to get notifications. Thank you for watching. Bye.